Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Quest. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. Come on, D, man. Let me just go on and introduce my, co-host to the jump off, my man, my mellow, my man. Hey, I was just thinking about it the other day. We got close to 40, if not over 40 years of friendship.
Whoa.
We get into that in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, L. David Harris.
Get on the mic.
And MC.
What up, Quest?
Yo, let me explain something to you right now, right? Let me just truly explain something to you right now. Bruh,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it the other day, D.
Yeah.
Like, you and I have known each other since knee high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
We got years, B.
Yeah.
A lot of doggone years. Families know each other. Like, you know my sister, my grandma. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know anybody who knows my grandmother, knows my grandmother, been rocking with me for a long time.
Bro, I remember the gate, on 229.
Oh,
Yo, I don't know if you even noticed. Do you know? 'Cause I was looking at my brother's profile on LinkedIn yesterday. His name is Hugh. You know what his surname is? His last name is?
What?
It's Allen. You know who lived next to your grandma on 229, bro?
No, on 230th.
230th?
Yeah.
That was Debbie Allen's mom's. Debbie Allen's mom's lived right next door to your grandma, bro. Deb and Felicia Rashad, they lived next door. So Hugh, I used to cut Hugh's hair.
Here, yeah.
From a different world. That family
wow.
was right next door. Or or maybe the next door app, one of them doors on that street.
Yeah.
Because I used to cut my man's hair in the early 90s.
Because the lead guitarist from a group called Sky from back in the day, little R&B group. Me and his daughter, when we were young, we used to play together.
Ain't that something?
He used to live on our block too. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so we go back.
Oh yeah, we go back.
Yeah, man, what a blessing.
Yeah, man. So I just want to shout out everybody, man, who is listening to the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. Let me just keep it 100. If you like what we do when we get together on this podcast, and this is the year that we fully form Voltron. You know what I'm saying, D? We've been playing with it for a minute. We're not playing with it no more.
No more.
Yeah, we're not playing with it no more. Shouts out to Paula Berry Fontaine. Good afternoon to you and yours. You know what I'm saying? But this is the season that we're not playing with it no more, right? So there's a slew of things coming your way. You know what I'm saying in terms of coach. Yeah, we just want to get these marriages right, and there's too many of them that are not right. As a matter of fact, me and E and Dee were talking the other night, and for real, there was just this one couple that I just knew without a shadow of a doubt, they would if it's one couple that's going to rock, it's going to be them right there. And come to find out, they are not a couple anymore. And so I ain't gonna lie, D, I was kind of heartbroken because I loved them. I loved them individually, and I loved them as a couple.
Yeah.
It's just proof to the fact that you could be here strong one season, and the next season, it's a daily effort, D.
Bro, you know how crazy it is for Simone and I? Two things. One, I know somebody who's been in the game as long as E and Dee, right? Who've been in the game as long as E and Dee, but they look like they not gonna get through,
man.
Right? And then Simone and I don't ask anybody how their spouses are anymore. Because if we ask A lot of times they're like, oh. So we literally just stop asking, bro. We stopped asking. That's where we reach. So that's why you and me, man, and of course our lovely wives are all about spouses winning.
It's funny, D. I'm kind of torn too, because I feel you. You know what I'm saying, in terms of not
Mm-hmm.
asking how is your spouse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
now it's almost because we coach and because we, you know what I'm saying, empower couples to just be better.
Yeah.
I'm torn as to, because sometimes you could have asked and didn't ask, and we could have gave you something or put you in a position or put you in a program that would have helped you. Just let me give you an example. I got a new client that I was
Mm.
coaching. In our first session, we were talking and going back and forth, and I was just imparting wisdom that was taught to me and that
Yeah.
I developed in my journey as I've been married these last couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I asked them, I said, I don't want this to be one of those things where you just hear me talk. I want to hear where you're coming from, what you're thinking. She was like, you know what? This is eye-opening.
Hmm.
She was like,
Wow.
I never thought about the way that we communicate with one another, like what you're sharing with us right now. She just steady her head down. I know that she's writing, but her head was down, and every now and then she peek up and go right back down and write some more.
Yo, pause. Simone just had an accident. I need to please, can you take this?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. So
Lord.
one of the things, D, that is so important is the fact that, like, for real, whenever I do the conferences, I always do the conferences from a place of making sure that you get information that is going to help you shift, no matter where you are in the spectrum, from shaky to good, from good to great, but ultimately to phenomenal. And one of the things that I always ask, like, people, I stop asking it now because they know what the outcome is going to be. But sometimes I give them the, the disclaimer. If you've heard me say this before, then don't answer, right? And what I usually do is I ask them, I'm giving away, you know what I'm saying, 500,000 to anyone who is willing to jump out of a jump out of a plane without a parachute. And a lot of the times they're like, no, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Once in a while, I might get one or two people to pop a hand up, right? In a room of maybe, I don't know, 150 to 300, you know, right? Maybe one or two people. And then I'll ask them, okay, let me up the ante, right? I'm giving away $1 million to anyone who'll jump out of a plane without a parachute. And they're like, yo, you've lost your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, yeah, you crazy. I'm not doing that. I won't even get an opportunity to enjoy the money, right? I'm like, okay, cool. Let me up it again. 1 million to anybody, 10 million to anybody who will jump out of this plane without a parachute. And they're still like, no, right? And then I kindly tell everybody, well, you just lost out on 10 million. And most people looking at me like, how? How did I lose out if I can't spend the money? How did I lose out if I won't get a chance to enjoy it? Because by the time I jump out, right at that height, I'm going to slap the ground and die. And I tell them, you lost out because the plane is on the ground, right? Most people like, blown out the frame, right? But what I share with them is that information, what E has been telling me for years now. Information changes situations. And I'll even go as far as to say information applied changes situations. What some of us are doing in our marriage, right, is that you're operating off of you're operating in an institution where you constantly need information and constantly need to update and constantly need to do maintenance, if you will, to navigate through the seasons of life and for this thing to, last the way that it's supposed to last for life, right? Divorce is not an option, or at least it shouldn't be an option, right? And for the most part, some of us are operating in our marriages with a limited amount of information. You feel me, D? And so whenever people have the opportunity to go get coaching, if you know you've been stuck in your relationship, and it's not making any headway, and you keep getting the same result. Okay, let me say it this way. When your check engine light comes on, if it's not something that you can fix, you're going to keep the check engine light on, or you're going to take it to a mechanic?
No, man, you're gonna take it to get what they say, to get the thing read.
Yeah, to read I know what you're saying. They hook it up to the car and let the
They're
computer
Jamaica,
read what's
man.
going on
So,
in the engine.
Yeah,
You know
to
what
check
I'm
the
saying?
code. Yeah.
They look record something.
Yeah.
Hook it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or if you bust a hole in the sheetrock and you have no idea about how carpentry works or how to repair, what are you going to do? You're going to call a handyman or call a carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
If the toilet block up and you plunge and plunge and plunge until you weak and you see ain't nothing happening, toilet, nothing coming up, right? You're going to go call a plumber.
That's
Why
it.
is it, D? And I'll ask this over and over again. Why is it that when something goes wrong in your marriage, okay, you'll get a carpenter to fix the wall, you'll get a mechanic to fix your car, you get a plumber to fix the piping, but when you operate and things ain't going the way that they should in your marriage, you won't go get a coach.
Come on,
It
bro.
incenses me. I don't understand that.
Mm-mm. No. See, that's the problem. Like I think we put too much value. No, let me put it this way. We devalue what matters. See? We devalue what matters. And then assign value to things that don't matter as much.
Shots.
You see? So I'll do everything in my power to have a vacation. I want to keep it like super simple, right?
Ooh.
I want to go somewhere, so I'm going to do everything I need to do so I can get to that place. It's a physical situation. Like I just want to go
you're
somewhere.
Not doing that. You're not doing that. Shouts out to Jerome Reynolds. You're not doing that, D.
Yeah. But like me, like I'm online with you. We're live, bro. This is not pre-recorded, by the way. My phone rings. I send a video to say, like, so Simone can see we're live. She rings me again. And I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, here's the video. Maybe she don't get the video. And then she sends me a text that says, I had an accident. Please answer. So what I'm going to say? I'm live? Quest? What am I going to say? I'm live? Like I'm online. We're on a podcast talking about marriage. My wife of 22 years. I'll get back to you. Work it out.
Comes to a stop.
Is that what I'm going to do, Quest?
And here's the funny thing. I love the way that you did it too, because you told me what happened, which send the message. I don't need to know the particulars. I just know she in an accident. Handle your business. I got it from here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't rush her off the phone. I learned what I needed to learn, said what I needed to say, and know what her well-being is, what the real is. Now I'm safe to come here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen me no more. And I'd have texted you like, thanks, Quest. So we have to invest. If it is that marriage is mission critical to us, we must invest.
Okay. So do the knowledge then, because we're talking about foundation today, right? What is it that prevents us from investing? And the reason I'm saying this is because when we talk about foundation, I want to be very clear. We want to talk about who we are as an individual, right? Miles Monroe, man, the man was a monster, right? He was the one who introduced the idea to me of the definition, research the definition of singleness. And every time I research the definition of what it means to be single, it does not mean to be unmarried.
Keep going.
The majority of definitions came up with 3 synonyms, right? Unique. There's nobody else like you.
True.
To the point where they might look like you, they may act like you, but they are not you. To the point where there are no 2 people. God is so dope that there are no 2 people that have the same fingerprint.
Come on, man. Keep going.
This is one of the reasons, sidebar, I don't know how you don't believe in God. Like, details to the point that there's no other human being on the face of the earth before you, after you, who will have your fingerprint. Different discussion for a different time. Unique. You are unique. Separate, not separate as in apart from, separate as in set aside for. You know what I'm saying? Be in the world, but not of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of separate, right? Then, of course, whole. Are you whole in your mind? Are you whole in your body? Are you whole in your spirit? Let me be honest with you, D. I ain't never been a manifesting kind of dude. Right? NFL, what kind of foolishness? Manifest. Until E started talking about it on a deeper level this week.
Yes, sir. I'm of course, I'm in there. So.
Oh, of course. So you already know, right? And then immediately, whatsoever a man thinketh, so is he.
And what he's talking about is heavy. It's not that hocus pocus stuff that the people are talking about. It's something different. It's reality.
It's not. Right? So when I'm saying that, so now I'm saying things because when you say, okay, there's some of you who saying it thinking it's abracadabra, but your behavior is the same. That's not conducive to what you want in terms of an end result. In other words, yep, you saying I'm growing spiritually, I'm in alignment with abundance, but you still got a lustful heart.
Bro, there's a colloquialism we used to use when I lived in DC.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah. Like here, even in Jamaica, there's a dude, I'm going to say it two ways. There's a dude in the gym, and when I'm, I'll talk slick to him sometime, and he'll say, that you say?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But in DC, the brothers used to say, that's what your mouth say.
That's what your mouth say.
That's what your mouth say.
Yep.
That is to
what
say,
your actions say.
All right. So something's incongruent for the intelligent people, right?
Okay, good. Oh, I love where this is going.
It is disaligned, misaligned, unaligned. It does not pencil out. I love it. It don't pencil out, bro.
I love it. So in essence, you could say it if you want to, but the reason I'm saying it because what it should do, because we're not perfect, right? I don't necessarily have a lust issue, but sometimes my mouth will get me in trouble. Sometimes my thoughts will get me in trouble, right? And when I say, okay, Q, that's not the right thought. I am in alignment with abundance. I'm growing spiritually. What it does is it shifts the way that I'm thinking or was thinking, right? And then it brings me back in. That's what it should do. It should bring you back into line. So the four that we've been talking about this week, for those of you who have not attended the UOU summit or had the opportunity, bruh, let me tell y'all something. If you don't, attend, you are losing it. You losing. The information is rich, right? So what I did, D, is I wrote it on a card and I stuck it in my wallet, but I left it out in my wallet. I left in the. I ain't even gonna tell you where I left it. I don't want nobody.
Bruh.
So I slipped it out, and every time that my mind is not right, I take the card out and I look at it. I'm in alignment with abundance. I'm growing spiritually. I am mentally calm. I'm a child of the King. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I start saying that now, it's my reminder that, bro, that thing that you're thinking about is not. So
listen,
we coming to you Christmas, right? Yeah. Big up Sasha. Wagwan, my brethren.
Yo, SuckaZ.
My boule. You know what I'm saying?
T. Relly in here too, man.
So
Tyrell.
Here's the funny thing. I love my dog. I love Zoe with everything I got.
Yes, sir.
She's a 20-year-old.
Okay.
Enough said, right? Responsible for the most part, right? Good head on her shoulders, but 20-year-old, right? So I think we're coming to you this Christmas. My parents were like, yo, let me take care of Zoe. Let us take care of Zoe because it's 5 of y'all traveling. That's 5 tickets. Y'all paying for 5 people to stay at the resort. You know what I'm saying?
And to reach the resort.
Right? So there's all of this stuff going on.
And the slippers and shoes and things what people said I'm not have. But them have already.
Oh, you already know. So she was like, let us take care of Zoe. Now, my parents, they living lovely in their golden years, right?
Sweet.
So they bought, of course, when they fly first class. And we
Okay, of
went and
course.
bought Zoe a first class ticket. And I was like,
That's
wait,
so nice.
what's going on here
So,
right now?
so what make you never buy me one?
Yeah,
No,
you know what I'm saying? Since you want to be, you know what
because you're
I'm
not a
saying?
grandchild, so
Now,
that's
if it
you a
was me and
child.
Faith, I'd have said, okay, cool. But now we got two,
Yeah,
Nico and Mason, right?
yeah.
And I love the fact, you know what I'm saying? As I started to think about it even more, I love the fact that she's going to get to experience what it means to fly first class. Why, D? Because anytime now when it comes to her behavior, and it's
Ooh.
not in, okay, you know the difference between riding in coach and what it is to ride in first class. It's just a
Oh
different
yes. Oh yes,
experience
I do.
altogether. And I'm glad because now whenever she's not operating the way that I need for her or want her to, not for me, but for yourself, I want you to tell me the experience you had when you rode first class with grandma and grandpa.
Ooh.
Tell me
Ooh.
what it felt like. I want you to,
Oh
because
yeah.
when we get on, I said, Zoe, when you get on this flight, I want you to soak in every bit of this.
Not on Spirit Airlines. And yes, shade alert.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Pause.
it's definite shade alert.
I meant that with all the vitriol.
Oh,
We talking about
come on.
first class. That's first class. Let's go. Where you don't
Yeah,
have to pay to
spirit,
breathe.
get your weight up.
Get your weight up.
Spirit.
All right, pause. My bad.
It's
I got
definitely not in the
distracted.
spirit. Y'all ain't operating in the spirit, but your name's spirit. But anyway, I was saying, bro, that I want her to like for real, suck in all of this experience of riding in first class and enjoy, like suck that all in.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the experience, I want her to ask herself, whenever she ain't doing what she's, is that behavior? Because you know the difference between riding in first class and when you're riding in coach. Tell me, is that behavior that you're exhibiting coach behavior or first class behavior?
And listen, let's not hack first class. And I want to tell you why I say this.
Yeah.
So, quite frankly, a lot of the airport lounges are whack.
Yeah.
Right. At least in North America.
Keep it
right?
100.
Right. But let me just tell you. I mean, it's not Singapore or anything, but the lounge in Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston is sweet. I like it. Right. You can bathe in there. You get your food. I mean, it's a nice place. Right. And until recently, this is what used to happen. You would go in, you check in. They show you where you're supposed to be, can be, or whatever. And then they say, all right, when the flight is about to board, we'll call you and then we'll escort you.
Yeah.
So let's just say theoretically, I am in seat 29F by the bathroom.
Yeah.
By the bathroom in the back.
Yeah.
Right? And the seat don't even recline, Quest. But if I have a black card, or I pay $30 to go into the lounge, just $30, and they escort me. Guess where they used to escort us?
Yeah.
Straight to the front.
Yeah, bro.
We're not on the plane with first class treatment, but boarding the plane, we walk by every other category as if we were first class. But guess what will happen though? When that dude said I hate that seat, but when we got on the plane, reality check, you still sitting right by the toilet.
Yeah.
Right? So it felt first class-ish.
I hate that seat.
It's so do the knowledge. Like, so now, baby Zoe, sister Zoe, your seed.
Yeah.
Is this first class behavior or is it a hack?
Yeah. Ooh.
That when you get back on the plane, you really still sitting in front of the toilet.
Oh, wow.
It felt first class-ish. Wow. So which is it? Is it first class or is it first class-ish? Oh. You can't hack it, bro. No care what. They can escort you, but you're still going to sit by the toilet when you reach in there if you don't have first class tickets. You be the only dude back there because you got on early. Everybody else is in the actual first class, and you're on the toilet seat. But, well, I guess at least you got on the plane early.
So this is the reason why I enjoy this conversation, right? Because it goes back to what you need to do in order to invest in the relationship. Like, what stops you from doing that? Because that's where we started. You said it. Like, there's certain things like you need to do, like go get a coach. Why would you not invest of all the things that you can invest in? Because here's the funny thing, D. People really think that, I don't know if it's like, once you get into relationship, all right, now I can chill.
That is so upside down and backwards, bro.
It's backwards, bro.
As we say, backways.
If you are not going to, okay, I always like to liken it to school. Like, it's one of those institutions that you enter to. This is an Ivy League institution that you never graduate from. Just imagine. There's always a certain level of intensity. I was in the gym this morning and I'm using a Zing app. Shouts out to Zing. To really be structured in my workouts, not just going all the time and work chest, arms, back, right? But full body, right? And so all the workouts are a little bit different. This week, the weight went up a little bit to increase the intensity. Why? Because the AI is calculating where I am in terms of, right? Was this workout intense? Was it easy? Whatever. Based upon my answers, it recalculates and says, okay, good. We going up in weight now. It always keeps a certain level of intensity that's uncomfortable so that you can grow, so that the muscles can grow. Why would you think of all things? You think that you just gonna live life with somebody who ain't wired like you, who don't think like you, and don't expect challenges and difficulties to. This is the reason why I'm saying that it's never what happens to us, it's how we respond to what happens to us. And a lot of us are losing because you ain't right in your foundation. You're not unique, you're not separate, and you're definitely not whole. Emotionally, mostly. Mentally, we can argue. But sometimes some of us are so emotional about and there's nothing wrong with the emotions. What makes it wrong is that you're putting the emotions in the decision-making seat.
It's the ism part. It's the ism part. Emotionalism is the challenge. Like, think about all of the negatives from a social perspective, sociological perspective in all societies. When you start putting ism,
did you just go in the bag?
I have to, bro. You know, I can't stay out of there. But think about it. Once you put ism on the end of most stuff, there's something very wrong here, people. Yeah. Shout to the people who understand what racism is. Classism is. So when you start putting those 3 letters on the end of English terminologies, you're like, oh gosh, here we go. Something's going very wrong here. Choose another seat, bro. So we need to really thank God for the privilege of being married.
The privilege.
To our spouses. And have only them. Let me give you something. You're going to love this one, Quest. I know how much you love the gym. I know how much you love, except not, how some people dress and behave in the gym.
No, that's different altogether,
okay,
bro.
So here it is. So Simone is back in the gym for the first time in 39 months this morning.
Pause. Pray that when we get to a certain level where I could just build the gym in my house. I'm tired.
I remember you said that, man.
Yeah, I want a gym in my house, bro. I don't want to go to the gym no more.
Right.
It's too much.
So Simone is back. Well, I've been back since January. So there are some people that we both don't know. Right? But I have these months now that I'm back. Now she's back. And guess who these folks need to see?
Yeah.
They need to see that there's a queen with this king.
Oh, come on.
They get to physically see her. Like, she's not a figment of nobody's imagination. She's not somebody that people talk about and like, where should that, like, is it real or is he just keeping up a pair? What is it?
Talk to me.
So when she come in, I actually touched her bottom today, bro, in the gym.
In the gym.
Bro, I've never touched.
I don't know about you, but Faith ain't really about the ministry yet. But when she get there, because she getting there. to
Bro,
get there. Like it's something about working out together, brother. Gets you know what I'm saying?
bro, I've never touched a bottom in the gym before.
Yeah.
I said,
Well,
well, today's my first day. And she was 51 yesterday.
Well,
Simone was 51 2 days ago.
let Faith tell it. I'm always touching on that thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And the gym is you know what I'm saying? Like the gym don't get excluded. I don't care where we are.
So I'm thinking, I know it could sound, what's the word? Shallow. But
Yeah.
did I just say that I've been married for almost 22 years, bro?
Come on, bro.
Right. So what I'm saying is, when I am physically, and this is not at the moment.
D, can I just get you to slow down just for a moment? Because, like, for real, we just don't get to run. Can you just, like, how many years?
In August, if the Lord spares life, 22 years. Good years, great years, not just years.
D, you've been married 10 years already before I decided to come back and do this thing again.
Yeah.
That's
We love it. We love it, bro. Right?
Unbelievable.
So now I'm in the gym with a woman who is to where you can feel her breath. We can feel each other's breath.
Mm-hmm. Yo, y'all that close in the gym, D?
Just for a moment.
Games.
Just for a moment.
Okay.
It was between sets. I'm sweating and flexing.
Yeah.
And this next woman, which is Simone, my wife, right? Yeah. She's there. And for the first time ever, people see me close.
Yeah, close.
Pause to a woman.
Close.
In the gym.
Yeah.
Because I don't get close. I don't spot no women.
Yeah, nope.
I'm not helping them while they squatting. I'm not, if the weight is tipping, I'm like, help. Like, I'm not running to nobody's aid.
Yeah, keep it.
You up on the thing doing pull-ups, I'm way over there waiting for you because I want to use the thing that's near where the pull-up rack is, but I'm over there waiting. Because you're not going to fall down accidentally on me on purpose.
Yo, let me say this. And there are a lot of people, let me just look at my camera real quick. It's a lot of people, duty, when you go to the gym, and if especially it's one of the opposite sex, and they ask you to spot in some way, shape, or form, and you tell them you can't do that, and they'll tell you dumb stuff like, oh, you being weird. I'm being weird, and I'll be married for life while you out here.
You know what I do, Quest? Straight. I'll call a name. It's a woman's name. Safe older women who work out in the gym.
Yeah.
Call one, I don't know, make up one, Abigail.
Yeah.
So can you spot me? Abigail.
She
needs a spot. Abigail. No, Abigail is the safe one in my brain. So it's a friend, like a friend who works out, or an older woman who actually works out, right? Yeah. And then Lily, she may say, can you help me with this? Abigail. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on for a second. Abigail can help you. And I step off.
Yep.
Can you help her? And I'm gone, bro. And I don't even wait. I don't even wait to see.
Yep.
Y'all can call it what you want to call it, but I ain't crazy.
Yep.
I got off onto that tangent, but I think it's important.
But D, we talking to foundation, who you are as an individual.
Yes, sir.
Your marriage will always be intact because of who you are as an individual.
Thank God.
And here's the funny thing. I don't owe nobody no explanations as to who I am and how I operate. If I'm weird, I'm weird to you.
Did you hear me explain anything? All I did was call Abigail.
That's it.
Could you help her? And I step off. She'll help you. I don't have nothing else to say.
I don't owe you no explanations.
Why didn't you? I don't have them kind of conversations, bro. There's nothing to say. You got help, right? Good. Wonderful. You're safe. Wow, you did a good job. Thanks, Abigail. And I'm gone, bro. Next set.
Can I keep it 100? There was a time in my life where I was that dude. Mm-hmm. There's a large portion of my life where I was that dude. I know that about me. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to find out how close I got to get to fall into that ditch again.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I'm good. Once again, this is the reason why the foundation part is so important, because it speaks to who you are as an individual. What is your
Yes.
integrity like? What is your character like? What are your decisions like? What's going on in the heart of who you are as an individual? Because how you handle difficulty and challenge and opposition, because the good is the good. It don't require nothing from you. But how you operate in difficulty, challenge, and opposition in your relationship is a clear indication, right? Or whatever, however you do that is a reflection of who you are inside. It's an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it earlier on, D. Whatsoever a man thinketh, so is he.
Yep.
Death and life is in the power of your tongue. What am I saying? What do I say when? And this is the reason. Once again, whenever I'm not thinking the way that I should, because I'm human.
All right.
Let me just keep it 100 with y'all. I'm human.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not perfect all the time, but that's why I carry the card around with me, because, yep, I'm growing spiritually. I'm in alignment with abundance and enlargement of my territory. I am mentally calm. I am unique, separate, and whole, because when my mind don't go to the place, or it's not in the place that it should be, and I read back through my affirmations, it should do is pull you right back into line. Some of you so doggone own wayish that you want to say the affirmations, but you want to keep the same behavior.
Bro, so many things I want to say. I know you only have, I'll call it 3 minutes-ish. Yep. But listen, boy. So when I'm talking to people about having victory over any temptation, I slow walk them. And I'm like, I know people talk about it. Have faith in God. Well, that's a true statement, but what does that mean? Like, how do I, if there's a temptation in front of me, how does have faith in God, how does that become actionable, right? And one of the things that you're showing, and you're talking about E, you made that connect with E too, is when God created the world, he said a lot of stuff. He said, let there be light, and immediately there was light. And I could go down through the thing.
Say it again.
When God said, let there be light, there was light. And it was because he said it. His mouth said it, but in God's mouth is power, like absolute power. So when Jesus lived on planet Earth, he would say, take up your bed and walk. Same thing. Same power, instant action, because the power is in his mouth. So, more than just that. But if I'm tempted, I'm a Bible guy, so let's go there for a second.
Can we? So
if I'm tempted and my brain is hearing and seeing and experiencing the potential sin, then how do I hack my brain? How do I hack? Do I have faith?
You got to take your time when you're doing this stuff, bro. You really do. Calm, the African cat. Calm down, my bro. Calm down.
Yes.
Real talk. Let's get it.
So when I'm seeing and experiencing the potential sin in my brain, then I have to replace the words in my brain with his words. There hath no temptation taken me, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will with the temptation provide a way of escape that I may be able to bear it. And if it takes 25 times of saying that, because his word is still power, you see? If it takes 25 times, 100 times during that one episode of temptation to replace my thoughts and virtual experiences with his words, which are power, then that's what it is. Right? That. And continue to do that until the temptation goes away. The Bible says, as a person thinks in our hearts, so are we. But a brother we know in real life said, you are not what you think you are, comma, but what you think, pause, you are.
Come
you
on.
are what your thoughts are. I don't care what your mouth say. You are what your mouth says. No, you are what you think. Like the thoughts are who you are. And if we get that, and then we begin to master submission and begin to change the words, my deceptive words, the enemy's deceptive words, replace now with God's words, and then God changes our minds, bro. We can't change our mindset. We can submit, but pause. I know you got to go. I just kind of had to say that, man. I had to say it. I'm glad this thing had a compressor on it because I'm shouting in the mic.
Oh, you good.
Bruh.
You good. But once again, you'll hear us. For those who don't know, Dave and I have put together a marriage coaching program.
Yes, sir.
Called Keep Your Vow.
Yes, sir.
Right. And it is one of the best marriage coaching packages, I would dare to say, on the market right now. And I'm proud of this work that we've done together.
Transformational.
Yep. Transformational. Right. I mean, like, for real, we spent some time and some efforts operating in our gifts. Let me tell y'all something. D is, he's an analytical thinker. So he thought about some stuff that I would not normally think about. And I'm telling y'all going to get this work. Invest in your marriage. And so the three things that we've been speaking to is love, lifestyle, and legacy. Those are the three areas that we'll be focusing on in this coaching program. But you cannot have love, lifestyle, and legacy the way that you need to have it, lest there is foundation. You don't build a house without it. The Bible talks about the man who built the house on the sand and one who built the house on the rock. A lot of you are building your relationships on sand. The reason why this particular discussion today is so important because it deals with you as an individual. Your marriage is only as strong as the least developed individual. I heard E say something the other day, and it was powerful as all get out. Get developed as soon as you can so that you can have what God has in store for you for as long as you can.
Yes, sir.
And some of us are operating like you got years. I turned me and D your birthday. Did you?
You come right before me. You come right before me.
So me and
Couple
you are
months.
50 this year.
Yes, sir.
We 10 years past the sunset side of life.
True.
I don't know when my time is, but I'm trying to be as developed as quickly as I can so that I can get for me what God has in store for me as long as I can. Why? Because when I get there, then it'll be a blessing to everybody else. Hence the reason why we're putting out this marriage coaching program.
Full stop, man. Listen, you got no minutes. I want you to go in there as amped as you are now.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So listen, keep your vow.
Please.
We're going to come to you. And hopefully, you will respect your marriages enough that you'll be able to invest.
You buy a lot of things. You better invest in the marriage. Stay focused.
Right.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.